Oh no!
And the Masters of the Universe!
Hey, I'm Toontastik Tim, and welcome to the review of Masters of the Universe Classics, Whiplash. Now, when you do get your Whiplash, he will come in his standard white mailer, which lets you know he's no ordinary action figure. He's a MattyCollector.com exclusive. Now, let's go ahead and take him out and get a closer look at his blister card packaging. Now, you want to take a medium-sized knife, slice open the tape up top, and then you'll take the dull side, push it in the slit to the side, pull it to the back, and pop open the card. Now, you will notice that he does have tissue paper in to prevent any damage in transit to his blister card packaging. Now, let's go ahead and take a closer look. Whiplash comes in a standard Masters of the Universe blister card packaging. The front reads that Whiplash is an evil tail thrashing warrior. And the only difference you're going to see here in the packaging is that yours is going to have the original burst on the left-hand side like we see here in Beastman. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the back of this guy. Now, as you see up top, he does have a variety of other characters that have already been released. And at the bottom, we have a killer bio that reads his real name is Torrent Croizut. Following their father's untimely death, Torrent grew up bitter under the rule of his older brother Ceratus. After years of brooding in Subternia, he struck a deal with a surface dweller named Keldor and helped lead his forces in a raid against Randor's army during the Great Unrest. Although Keldor's plan failed, Torrent was banished from Subternia for betraying his people. He was taken in by his former employer and quickly rose through the ranks, staying with Keldor even after his transformation into Skeletor, serving as his chief brute squad enforcer. His thick hide and stubborn intellect have made him more than a match for the Masters of the Universe, often leaving only He-Man to defeat him. Whiplash uses his thrashing tail for doom and destruction. I love that. I do have to say that I love how Mattel utilizes the slogans from the 1980s toys. It really gives it that classic feel to the car. Now, let's go ahead and examine the toy here. First, the most obvious thing I see here is that Whiplash does have a brand new buck. This buck is the same buck that they used for Buzz Off, and they will be using for Clawful when he comes out in July, at least the bottom half. The Horsemen have done an excellent job on blending and shading the colors into Whiplash and creating his scaly textures. He's a reptilian monstrosity. Whiplash is also a royal heir to the throne of his Caligar race, and that's why he's sporting this royal spear in his classic look. Whiplash also comes with his 2000X inspired head and his Caligar-made Subeternian weapon, as you see here. Now, this weapon typically fits well in his left hand here, as you can see. But despite popular belief, it also can be used in his right hand as well. And I do want to point out this hand here is a reuse of Skeletor's hand from the very first release. Now let's go ahead and examine the articulation here. His head does move from side to side. Okay. His shoulders are nice and scaly and can be moved all the way out here. His biceps and triceps move separately from the shoulder. His elbow bends right here. And he has a nice sculpt here on his forearm. And he has great wrist articulation as well. Now let's go ahead and examine this tail of destruction, which has been known to take down some Eternian trees. Now, it does move from side to side if you want, so to help you display him whichever way you want to display him. It also can be removed completely. There's some pegs here on the back. And I do want to point out that his ankles are nice and tight so he can display even without his tail of destruction. Now, the shins do move from side to side here, but have limited movement because of the fins on the side of the leg. Alright, now I prefer to put my tail on, so I'm going to go ahead. You can also move the head from side to side, all the way around if you like, and remove and put back on his classic look here. Okay? Go ahead and switch them out. Alright, and the knees also bend, allowing you to give Whiplash a more classic feel. Whiplash is one of my favorite evil warriors because he was originally released simultaneously as he was introduced into the Filmation cartoon. So if you missed out on Whiplash the first time around, you're missing a vital member of Skeletor's evil army. Don't forget to get him Monday, May the 16th on MattyCollector.com. Again, this is Toontastik Tim's for Action Figure Times, reviewing my favorite toys from one of my favorite tunes.